Alright, and welcome back to another episode of Sketchy Contract. How. Between episodes I decided differently. We will start with Port Ragnar, due to it being the planet which I most recently played with Nuki to discover all the spots for hidden furniture and the plushies. So I have the most practice in speedrunning it, in quotation marks. So we will do a little bit of a speed run for Port Ragnar, and yeah, just have a little bit of the experience which it used to be. This is the old Port Ragnar. We have here a lava spot directly in it. Also these weather conditions, something similar for the Port Lumen map. There will be a change in the general layout for it being, having directly a spot left and right where you can go to the different locations. So yeah, this is also a unique enemy. Here's one spot for one of the plushies, there's one spot for the hidden furniture, there's another spot for the hidden furniture, here's one spot for another plushie, something like this we mapped out. So I will have a route. There is also a spot for the hidden furniture. This is our spot right now. You can see it over there. We have time to take it as well. And there are these lava jumps. Yes. So this basically is the old layout of Port Ragnar. Oh, I already choked a little bit. But it's okay. We can come around here. And you really can push through these lava pits. So, indoor area is basically normal Sketchy facility. But we have this outside area which will be more relevant for the future, I guess. I don't know if the indoor area will change this that much. Halo said he wanted to feel it a little bit more like Star Wars with also the druids in it. And I really like the idea, because it will be then another planet where we can have also the druids as enemies, which is very cool. Alright. Yes, also the outside area where we will come through in a minute. There's nothing. Here's the outside area where we used to be earlier. There can also be a plushy spot. And yeah. Here's also an UFO crashed. Hi. And this overall is the old layout for Port Ragnar. There isn't so much variety. We'll see a different location for tier 1 and tier 2, but basically this is the theme. Won't change that much. We will have these lava pits, we will have a classic sketchy facility, which is always cool to have in my experience, that you have some consistency of all of the maps, but I think it should be story relevant for these facilities to have a reason to exist, because Halo also planned to do a story. And yeah, I'm really curious of how the story will look like. So we will also have these crystals. Another area, I think something like mining the crystals because they hold some energy or stuff would be a cool story part for here. I don't know what Halo will cook up there, but yeah. We will see about it. For tier 1, I guess the most iconic area is this area around here, where you have this open platform with all the lava below. And here is a hellhound as well, which I hopefully... Oh, this campfire pit. There can also be a plushy spot. But yeah, this is more or less the most iconic part of the map. Also there's the hellhound, which they are really punishing to fight, due to you can't really dodge them well, because they have such a large hitbox to hit you. At least for me it's very difficult. But they will also give you a lot of money. And yeah. This basically is Port Ragnar. So by the way, these in tier 2 you can pick them up if they come out of a chest. So yeah, don't be afraid of them. Just pick them up, give them a little cuddle and place them down again, and then you should be fine. They also only want to get hugged. Here can be another plushy spot, but I don't know if this area will change completely. Here's also these this area I said before with the crystals overall. Here's also another plushy spot with a little cute dragon. And yeah, this is basically the more iconic spots for tier 1. We still need to get the code. Also this spot is very unique due to it having many plushy spots. But yeah. And if you anytime fall into the lava, you can just push through it if you have maxed out healing. So yeah. There's the Toxie one. Still no code though. You only have to be mean, I guess. Oh, come on. Yeah, and this overall is the feeling for Port Ragnar. It's very dark, I think, but I like it as a planet, so... C5? 1C5? Did I do A? 1C5 should be fine. Yeah, okay. You also have these. I didn't really commented on them, but I think they are very cool, unique transport devices, because you don't have them on any other planet, and I really like that they are so unique for this planet and give it so much of a character. Yeah. You can also come around there, and here is the tier 2 area, which is overall, this map give me really a headache because of its verticality. So first time I played it, I really was trying to map out everything and yeah, get a feeling for it, because it's such of a confusing layout at first when you played the other maps, which don't used to have this much of a verticality, but by now they more often have it, so I guess it's a little bit of how the game evolved as well. All right. Sorry, had to concentrate there for a moment. But yes. This vertical area, which we will climb now, is I guess the more or less iconic part for the tier 2 area of Ragnar right now. And I really like that it have it so dark over there. Again, in-game, it's one of the more earlier maps, I guess, because these rooms are so empty, man. So if you really want to give the maps a little bit more character, fill out these lonely corridors, I guess. I completely understand as someone who also tried to map out things or do maps for something like pen paper projects, that it really is tedious to do sometimes. But yeah, it gives so much more of a character for everything that, yeah, it really is worth the hassle, I think. Especially you see it in the more recent maps that Halo put a lot of work in them to just make them feel meaningful and with a purpose, which is really, really cool. Alright then. I guess again I will skip to the daytime after I collected everything, which I killed there a little bit for quota, but I will show you then the map by daytime one more time. So see you then. Alright, so survived the night. And I will put in a little bit for the quota here. And then we will have another look in daytime for tier 2, because it also has the lasers, the classic ones. You can see it, for example, here, where you have this really annoying laser placement. And something like this, where you have to crouch through, then crouch again, and it really can be difficult to navigate. Also with all this verticality. But yeah, this gives this map a really unique feeling with these long corridors. And you can, I guess, skip this part also with a jetpack. So yeah, I think it's a cool idea, and I think we will see more like this. So this verticality part, which I'm really, really looking forward, because it is, for me personally, such a unique thing for this map that it is so difficult to navigate through its layout. And yeah, the overall theme will be the same, I think. Only thing will be that it should look a little bit more like a Star Wars map, from my understanding. But I think right now it also gives a similar vibe, so should be... I think the rework itself will be very large, so we will get basically a complete new map, but for the aesthetics, it feels already similar to what Halo, I think, is aiming for. So yeah, should be fine, I guess. And I hope also for the lore update that it will give us a little bit more information of what the Sketchy facilities are doing on these planets and stuff. As I mentioned before, something like harvest the energy of the crystals and heat for powering facilities would be very cool. Also, here's the egg. So we have this already. And yeah. Or something like in Star Wars where they produce here the druids, or I don't know what purpose, but yeah, would be cool. Would be just a cool lore thing to investigate. So yeah, this is the Port Ragnar map. Really liked it always. I also have so iconic rounds in this map from my group, where basically someone really died next to me and was salted around because we don't find the person, because we don't have the echo lens back then, and we just didn't notice everything at all because the person ran into a boomboard, and we just noticed it because of this overall shenanigans of the vertical and horizontal layout is really scuffed sometimes for orientation, especially if you not already played it 100 times. So yeah, really nice map. Hope it keeps a similar vibe, because I really love this fire aesthetic, or I always saw something, so I think it will keep a similar vibe, but I think it will have a completely different layout. So I'm really curious if it plays similar or more like a fire version of Port Glacier, which would be not too bad, but for me a little bit less characteristic as an own map. It will be for sure an own map because it is the only magma and fire planet, and I really hope that these enemies, as well as these enemies, they can also come in large, will stay on the map, because they are really cool and unique enemies. So yeah. Alright, with this I will stop here and go for the last day on Port Aeriss. So, Port Aeriss. Port Aeriss is one of the least favorite maps for me right now, and I think many persons have a similar feeling about it. I really like the idea and aesthetics though. I really like the idea and aesthetics, but being forced to either play with a jetpack or being a god in jump and runs due to these bridges are fine, but Halo, man, these, I really hate you for these. There are even worse ones. Once we get there, I will show you. But I'm so often died to jumping just into the void because I have to navigate and glitched around one corner or something. I really like the idea of these floating islands, and this should be also the main change, that these bridges, as well as the general layout with these both entrances, directly on the main island, as I said before many times. This will be the main change, I think, so Halo have to rearrange the islands, I guess, but this is fine for me. But yeah, I think overall, This is basically already everything which is planned to change for Port Aeriss. So similar to Port Lumen, only the layout a little bit for the starting area. Here is the old tier 1 area going right to the left and will be then there right to the left or something. So I guess it is just placed a little bit different in the layout, but I think the overall area is similar, and I think in terms of decoration and stuff, this area or this planet overall is one of the most unique ones. So I'm really looking forward to explore it all over again, without anything like these bridges, but fully fleshed out ones. So I don't know if I have a jump here to show you, but sometimes there are these tier 3 areas which will get completely down a path of just loose rocks you have to jump over. Similar like this, I guess, but even worse. So yeah, I died so often to these. Holy shit. And getting rid of only this mechanic is, I said before, Port Ragnar is one of the unique jump and run mechanics, but this one overdo it. So overdo it to a point where it's not funny to play. And I think we played this map with our group only once or twice, and then considered as a group we won't play it because we all fell off. It was completely when we were new at Sketchy, so it might changed, but yeah, we since then never get to play it again until it will be changed now, which honestly again is fine for me, as long as the overall aesthetic and idea stays as a bioplant lab, which is really cool, and all these fungus and mushrooms and plants are growing here. And yeah, nothing really more to say about Port Aeriss, I guess. I can show you now the other layouts, tier 1 and tier 2, but as I understand it, Halo will only shift them a little bit. So this whole area will be basically shift a little bit to the left, so it is accessed there from the starting island, and similar to the right area, which is completely fine by me because I really like this map from the overall idea, and just make it a little bit more. Also things like this. It's so spooky, man. Holy shit. And I think there's also one, I don't know if it was a glitch or if there's one broken glass which you really can't see. So yeah, we just fell through it back then and get so frustrated because there really isn't any hint, as it is a glass with some diagonal lines or something to show that there is a glass or stuff. And also, as you see, these shots don't really show if there is a glass or if it gets through in some sort. A little bit, I guess. Maybe with the flamethrower you could test it, I guess, but we used to have the flamethrower back then, or we not used to have the flamethrower back then as well, similar to the Echolance. And yeah, but something like this can fall off so easy by just glitching around a little bit, and I'm really looking forward for this change, because then I really think I like play Port Aeriss. because yeah, and for their example, there might be some stairs back there to the tier 3 area, or I don't know. I don't have the most orientation on this map, so we really played it only once or twice to just saw everything once. But yeah, this is it, I guess. This is it, I guess, for this video again. I will play a little bit in the background when I talk already on the other video which is coming out for Port Aeriss. This one will go or undergo for sure the most change. So having there a comparison to what it looked before will be, I guess, the most interesting for newer players, which only will knew than the new Port Aeriss. But yeah, this is then something for the next video, I guess. We will head over, I completely forgot that we are only in tier 1, so we will head over, however, to tier 2 also. I think this I own the map. Okay. So have a quick look there, but it really is similar to tier 1, and I think it also isn't get changed. But for completion. Alright, so we have C5E, right? Yes. And then I'm looking forward for the update. So for the future, I will stay doing these videos also for our new maps, I guess, and pushing out guides for Sketchy Contract, but it will get a little bit less. I will try to really do it on stream as well, all the exploration and all the science, so sketchy science. But apart from that, it will be a little bit less content for YouTube around Sketchy Contract from now on. Once we have them pushed out a video to all new planets and they won't get changed by the release of 0.1. But we will have plenty to do in Sketchy Contract in a group, so I guess this might be interesting to watch. And yeah, this is the second area. I will head back to the ship in a moment, so take a last look. And see you all then in a new video, where we will have a look at the last port which is missing, and it will be so cool to have the new Port Aeriss, because I really liked Port Aeriss. It has, right now it has the old tunnel the old tunnel transport system, which also Port Coral used to have. But yeah, it will get rid of this, I guess, so feel free to watch also this video for the old Port Saharas, and it will get changed massively. But I'm so hyped, man. I'm just so hyped. Haley, you cooked there a little bit. Or not a little bit, you cooked there. A whole meal for us sketchy gamers. So, yeah. Alright. So, this is us. See you in the next video then, I guess. Thanks for watching, and ciao ciao.